Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King 2. And unfortunately today I'm only going to be able to provide you guys with one what if on each channel. So I posted a new episode of What If Naruto took his training seriously over an Anime King. And over here I'm going to be posting a new episode of part 6 of What If Naruto was neglected by his family. I hope you guys enjoy. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also, if you're new and this is the first time you're hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on both channels, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join Anime King and Anime King 2 and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you all for your help and your support. And remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So yeah guys, without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. So, to do a bit of a recap, Naruto and his team headed to Konoha to participate in the Chunin exams. As they met up with the ninjas of Konoha, as Narume and the others saw the famous white fox, but Naruto is going by the code name Yato Rostashi, but everyone calls him Yato, as he's wearing a mask to hide his whisker marks, but you can still see his hair and his eyes. But Narume is not so sure if it is Naruto because he's been avoiding her ever since. And the Kyuubi could not sense his chakra because she was locked in the cage. And they really wanted to know if this was Naruto, the famous white fox. So they went on with the exam as Naruto and his team quickly got their scrolls. They then sent a large amount of power, a sickening dark power, and when they arrived, it was Sasuke who had captured all of the girls. Because of the curse mark, he has turned insane and basically into a rapist, as he captured all of them and told them that they are going to breed for his clan. Naruto then appeared as he ripped through the barrier of chakra that Sasuke placed up. As Naruto entered, Sasuke tried to attack him. Naruto knocked him one side like he was nothing, as the girls then started to beat the living heck out of Sasuke, and Naruto threw him out of the cave as he was in a very brutal state. As the girls then explained everything that happened, and Naruto and his team went off. Also, Megamin also make it slip about the CRA, and now the females of Konoha found out that the white fox is in the CRA with the two girls. But the girls told them that they wanted to be a part of it because they both like Naruto. And with that, Naruto and his team headed towards the tower. As they arrived pretty early, so they had to wait and watch all of the other teams arrive. As they stayed there, the days then passed as they were now ready for the preliminaries. So yeah guys, that was basically last where we left off. You guys can stick across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. You brats heard me correctly, said Uncle as she stood in front of all of them. A lot of you made it in here, so we have to thin the herd. So you guys will be going through the preliminaries exam, she said, as she handed over to the other proctor for this part. Okay then, the man said, I will be the proctor of this part of the exam. It is very simple, all you have to do is fight and defeat your opponent. Teams doesn't matter here. You only have you to watch your back, and killing is allowed, but it is frowned upon. Now, when you see your name on the board, that is signal for you to fight. And also guys, most of the match are going to be as same as canon, except for Narume, Naruto's, Mai, Sasuke, and Megamin. And Hinata doesn't get hurt as much. Back to the board, it started to speed through names, as the first name came up was Yato versus Kiba. Perfect, said Kiba. Now, I will destroy this guy and show them all who the real strongest is. Naruto just simply walked down to the arena floor. After, both of the girls wish him luck. As Naruto reached, Kiba started trash talking. You might as well give up now, if you don't want me to beat the absolute crap out of you. I mean, sure, you might be pretty good at beating thugs, but you have never faced a true ninja. But don't worry, I will beat you and take your girls. Trust me, they will fall for me, and as a real ninja, I'll treat them good. I mean, they are clearly good looking, Kiba said, as he looked up at the two girls. But Naruto didn't utter a single word, as the proctor asked him if they were ready, and Naruto still didn't say anything, as he gave Naruto a look, but Naruto just gave him back a look, saying everything is okay. As he then said begin, as Kiba then jumped back, as he then cried out, "Fang over Fang!" as he started spinning rapidly towards Naruto, as he landed a blow, causing a dust cloud to form, blocking everyone's vision. But that only lasted for a few minutes until it cleared up, as it showed Naruto standing over Akamaru in a crater. "Akamaru!" Kiba cried out. "You bastard! I'll kill you with my new jutsu!" Kiba yelled as he was furious with Naruto. Then he quickly called out a few Earth clones as they all yelled out, "Ultimate! Fang Cloud!" as they all started to spin and speed towards the unmoving Naruto. When they all got in close, they attacked from all corners, as the attack quickly filled the entire stadium with dust. And when it cleared, they all saw Kiba standing in the center of a crater. "There, I avenge you, Akamaru," said Kiba. "Where's his body?" Kiba said as he looked around. "Don't worry," said a voice, as they all turned to see Naruto calmly sitting down, as he was leaning against the wall with Akamaru unconscious in his lap, as Naruto was petting the dog. "Wait, how did you survive? That attack should have killed you. What just happened?" Kiba thought as he looked at Naruto, as Kiba then saw Akamaru. "Don't worry, I don't feel the need to kill friendly dogs, especially when they are this friendly, so I don't want his life to end because he has a stupid owner. And as to how I am alive, I don't feel like telling, so how about you surrender, and I'll let you and the puppy go away. And if you don't, I'll start to break bones," said Naruto. Kiba looked at Akamaru, saw that Naruto had him. "I surrender," Kiba said as he fell down to his knees. As Naruto then got up and handed him Akamaru, as the proctor declared Yato the winner of the match. And with that, Naruto and Kiba went up to their seats, while Akamaru was taken by Hana, Kiba's sister, for a checkup. But Minato, Narumi and Kushina, their eyes were wide as they weren't really thinking about the match, but the attack. And how did Yato dodge it? Was that the Harishin? Minato thought to himself, as the rest of them were looking at Yato, because what they saw was Kiba was an inch away from hitting Yato. Then there was a bright light and Yato was gone. He then appeared again, but there was no seals, so how could it be the Harishin? Or was it? The three of them thought to themselves as they then looked at Yato, as they all were trying to find out who was the White Fox, as they saw the board going through names again, as the next match was Mai versus Megamin, as the both of them walked down smiling at each other. "You ready for me to kick your ass to show Yato who the strongest is?" Mai asked. "Yeah, I am. And don't worry, I'll tell him that you tried your best, Mai, but eventually I'll still kick your ass," said Megamin, as the both of them chuckled as they walked down there. The proctor asked them if they were ready, as they nodded, as he said begin. They started off with their basic taijutsu move, each other keep up with each other's speed, until Mai managed to kick Megamin in the wall, as Mai then flashed through hand sign as she called out Earth Style, Mud Shot, as she spat out a glob of mud at the wall. But Megamin dodged it as she appeared behind Mai, as Megamin then said Water Whip, as she created two Water Whip that was about 30 feet long. "Oh, so you want to play with weapons," Mai said as she jumped away, as she opened a single scroll, and then bit her thumb as she wiped her blood on it. As two swords appeared, but they weren't normal swords. The hilt of the sword was bent over, and it had the chains on the end instead of the hilt. So, Mai was swinging the swords around her as she prepared herself, as the both of them dashed towards each other. As most of the kids that were there couldn't see anything that was happening, they could only see sparks and heard sounds. But the more elite Jonins and the advance could see what was going on. But the two girls were pushing as they were trying everything they could do to land a blow on each other. Geez, these two are genuine? How is this possible? Kurenai said to herself as they were moving so fast that she could barely keep up herself. As the battle lasted for a good 10 minutes until both girls separated as they were breathing heavily. You ready? Asked Megamin as Mai nodded as the both of them speed through hand sign as Megamin cried out, water style. Steaming water dragon as Mai called out, lava style. Molding dragon as both of them formed two dragons that were steaming hot, causing everyone in the arena to sweat. As everyone was shocked and impressed as they didn't expect Genins to know these kinds of jutsus. The dragons then crashed into each other, causing lava and steam to fill the area as the lava droplets dropped down to the ground. As the steam filled the arena, no one could see what was going on. When the smoke finally cleared, both girls were at opposite sides, still standing as a pool of lava was in the center. But neither of them were moving as the proctor went to check, and both girls were passed out because of chakra exhaustion, but they managed to keep standing. Seeing that neither of them are able to fight, no one was announced to be the winner. We will wait till the jutsu's remainder to be cleaned up before we start the next match, the proctor said as Mai and Megamin were brought to the hospital. Naruto wanted to go see them, but his sensei stopped him and told him to wait until the matches were over. They would be fine. As Naruto wanted to go, but his sensei, wanting Naruto to be in the finals, don't want him to mess up and leave early before everything happened. But Naruto didn't trust this village one bit, and if anything happened to any of the girls, he would make sure to start to slaughter everyone that is responsible. Back down into the arena after a couple of minutes. How about you just give up and give me what I wanted? In the forest, said Sasuke as he looked over at Narumi. Screw you. Sakura gave me that pill. She thought that it was a chakra replenishing pill, and she told me that you gave it to her. It made me woozy, unable to do and fight you off. But now, just wait, I'm going to tell as soon as this is over, and your ass is going into jail, Narumi growled as Sasuke smirked. Don't matter what you say, I can't get in trouble. The council is always on my side. Well, the civilian council, he said that smirk. Now, I'll beat you down and take you as my first baby maker as soon as this is over, Sasuke said. The proctor then began the match as he was ignoring their talking, as Narumi quickly said, water style, water dragon, as Sasuke used a fire jutsu just in time as both attacks slammed into each other, as he then dashed forward and tried to kick her in the face, but it was blocked, as both of them went into a fury of punch and kicks, blocking each other until Sasuke extended his fist and Narumi saw an opening as she pulled a kunai and plunged it straight into his stomach. She then slashed him across the chest with another kunai as she kicked him right into the wall, with the previous kunai still into him, making it pierce him even more, as you could only see half the handle, which was covered by blood running down it, as Sasuke coughed up some blood. Damn it, she's trying to kill me. No, I refuse to die. I am the Uchiha. That means I always win. I cannot die here. I need to kill Itachi and restart the clan in my own image. Come on, buddy. Work! Sasuke screamed as he then felt his curse mark acting up, as it gave him the same power he felt in the forest of death. The feeling of power coursing through his entire body as black marks covered him, as he was still planted in the wall. Also, the amount of chakra also seemed to heal his wounds because he could no longer feel them. Sasuke then burst out of the wall with incredible speed, surprising Narumi as he grabbed her by the throat, as he pinned her down into the other side of the wall, still holding onto her throat tight. So, what are you going to do now, Narumi? You see, this is true power, and you can't do anything to stop it, can you? You left yourself wide open, said Narumi. Rasengan, she said as she slammed the Rasengan into his stomach that she built in her right hand, as she sent him flying back into the wall he was previously, but now he was upside down. As he tried to get up, Narumi then ran through Hansa and she cried out water spear, as the water spear then fired into Sasuke's stomach, as he cried out in pain as he was bleeding hard, as Narumi was forcing the water spear down on him even more. The proctor then called the match, seeing that he would die if they don't stop this, as Narumi was the winner, as Sasuke was quickly rushed to the hospital. Goodbye, bastard, Narumi said as she walked away, as all of the girls were cheering in their mind for Narumi, as he deserved all of that after what he tried. So the rest of the normal matches then went on, and after a small break, everyone was called out as the preliminaries were over, as the proctor then explained the third exam for the finals, as he then told them about the list. The first match, round 1, is going to be Yato versus Narumi, Tamari versus Shino, Neji versus Kankuro, and Gaara versus Shino. Meet back in 1 month at 11:30. The final for the tuning exams will begin then, the proctor said, as Minato then gave him a speech and told them the reason for the tuning exams. But Naruto ignored all of that, as he couldn't just wait for this to all be over. And after they were released, Naruto quickly rushed to the hospital to see his 2 girls, and he went to their rooms to see that the both of them were awake. But the thing that surprised him was that he wasn't the first person to go and see them. Hey Megamin, how are you feeling? Naruto asked them, as he ignored the person in the room for a minute. Oh yeah, we feel better now. Sorry for not coming back sooner, but the doctor said that we have to stay here for a while to make sure that we're okay. But thankfully Ino and Hinata were here to talk with us for a bit to keep us from getting bored. So, who are you fighting for the next round? Mai asked Naruto, as she was curious to what she missed. Well, you didn't miss much, just that Narumi girl destroyed the Uchiha. I mean, he would probably die if he doesn't get help quickly. Well, it serves him right for what he tried to pull. Anyways, after that, they gave us a month off to train and get new moves and technique, and I'll be fighting that Narumi girl. Alright, I'll go talk to the doctors and see if I can get you released, said Naruto as he went off. I am not saying that your friend is weak or anything, but Narumi is very strong, said Hinata. She might be strong, but trust me, Yato is stronger. He still has a lot of secrets that you guys don't know about still. So you better tell Narumi to prepare for one hell of a fight. I mean, we don't date weaklings after all, Mai said, with a chuckle. A couple of minutes later, Naruto and his team and his sensei were in the forest. So what's the plan, Naruto asked. Simple, we send Haku and Zabuza over here to train you for a month, while I help out Mai and Megamin. And Naruto, please don't overdo it with the Hokage's daughter, because we don't want to be on bad terms with them. His sensei told him, as they all nodded. Okay then sensei, I won't make it too bad, Naruto told her, with a voice that was void of all emotions, making her hard to figure out what he was thinking actually. Oh yeah, sensei, said Megamin. 2 girls invited us to a sleepover with the other girls in the exams. While it seemed like a friendly invitation, it might just be for information. Should we go? Megamin asked. Yes, you 2 can go, but just remember, don't let anything slip, okay? Alright, the both of them nodded. Later that day, all of the girls were at Narumi's house, except for Mai and Megamin. Do you think they will be coming? Ino asked her other friends. I don't know, but either way, we're going to have fun, said Tenten, as she rubbed her back. I mean, that sand girl did a number on my back, and while it has been healed, it still stings, she said. Yes, she did a number on you, didn't she? But that was only because of that stupid fan. said Narumi as she tried to make her friend feel better. They then heard a knock on the door as Narumi saw who it was. As she opened the door to see Mai and Megamin at the door. "You guys made it! Come in, don't be shy," said Narumi, as they were both invited in as they saw the rest of the girls. So when everything was set up, they all started to enjoy themselves for a party-like event. "Okay, so what do we do in a sleeping party?" Mai asked when they were all prepared. As the setup was simple, with all of the sleeping bags inside of a large living room. "What? You don't know what to do at a sleeping party? Haven't you ever gone to one before?" Ino asked, as Megami and Mai quickly got depressed at that question. "Well, you see, due to the rebellion, we were unable to relax like young kids. You see, Mai was constantly trying to stay alive while I was sneaking information to the rebels. So we got happy when we finished the war by capturing the three-tailed Bijou," said Megamin sadly. "Wait, how did you manage to beat the Bijou? I mean, when we had to get the Kyuubi, it nearly killed our cage, and he was a master sealer. And if it's a sealer you use, what happened to the holder of the beast?" Tenten asked. "Well, our seal master managed to seal the beast without any threat to his life. Only thing was a small amount of chakra exhaustion. Though maybe because he was younger perhaps. Seeing that it was Yato who did it," said Megamin. "Wow, really? He must be good at sealing." "Yeah, he is. So what happened to the Kyuubi?" asked Mai, as Narumi then lowered her head. "Well, I got half inside of me, and the other half." "The other half?" said Mai, acting all confused, but she knew what was going on. "You see, I had a brother a long while ago who shared in the keeping of the Kyuubi, me taking the chakra and him taking the soul. But while I was liked by everyone and trained by my parents, my brother was cast out on the sidelines alone. And back then I was too much of a brat to realize anything. And I was too late because he started to hate all of us. Everything, the village. So eventually he decided to leave the village for good. But before he did that, the Kyuubi gave him a gift while using all her chakra while she was inside of him, and that brought her back to my seal. But after that, no one has seen him again. We don't even know if he's alive anymore," Narumi said, as she released a depressed sigh. "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that," said Megamin. "But you feel different towards him now." "Well, yeah, he was my brother after all, but I was too dumb and stupid back then to realize how much crap I put him through by not helping him. And he also gave us the gift by letting us see that our dad is an asshole. So one of my life goals is to find him and bring him back to this loving home, and for him to become a part of the family again. Well, anyways, let's get to this sleepover," said Narumi. Time skip. A week later. "Okay, we finally made it here. Now where is the brat?" Zabuza said, as he took a step in Konoha. "I have no idea where he is, but let's start by heading to the training grounds here. I mean, he's still probably training as hard as he can," Haku responded, as she walked alongside her teacher, as Zabuza nodded as they went off to the training fields, as they went around until they found Naruto in a group. As they walked over, "Hello na, but..." Haku mouth was grabbed by Mai, as she told her to shush. "His name is Yato inside of this village. We don't want him to get caught. That go for you too, Zabuza," Mai whispered to them. "Don't worry about me," said Zabuza. "I never actually called him by his real name anyway. He's just the brat." "So, Zabuza-sensei, Haku, you're finally here," Naruto said. "Yeah, we are here to kick your ass in shape for this test. Well, I am at least." "I am not really sure why Haku decided to tag along," said Zabuza, as he looked at Haku, as Haku started to blush a bit as she looked at Naruto and giggled and turned her head. "Wait, what is going on here?" Tenten asked in complete confusion. "This is Zabuza, Yato's second sensei. He's here for Yato to train in his swordsmanship skills. And also next to him is Yato, third girlfriend, Haku." She's one of the precious people you ever meet, the kindest. But if you hurt her precious people, she will kick your ass, Megamin said. Tenten then walked up to Naruto as she punched him in the shoulder. Hey, what was that for? Oh, I'm just thanking you for creating these seals for me, she said, as Naruto had made some seals for her, so she could put more weapons inside, as she then went off. Time skip. 2 weeks until the matches. So, Narumi, are you sure you can spare the time from training? Ino asked, as she and Narumi was sitting down at the ramen stand. I mean, I've been training my ass off for a long time. I deserve some time off, and there is always time for ramen, Narumi said, with a large smile, as that just caused Ino to sigh. You Uzumaki can never get away from that ramen addiction, can you? Though I do have to wonder how you and your mother aren't fat yet. I mean, you eat more than Choji when it comes to these things. As Ino looked at several bowls that Narumi went through. I guess we're just special that way, said Narumi, as they all continued to enjoy their meal until they heard 2 large voices came close to the area. Why do I have to pay for your meal? I mean, you ate way too much for my budget. I mean, you have to. You wrecked my clothes in our fighting. This is payback for your training methods. As it showed Zabuza and Naruto coming in, as Naruto was missing a shirt, and his pants was torn in several places, and even his mask was torn. Hello, can I get 4 miso ramen to start off with, please? And a shrimp ramen for Zabuza, Naruto said. Right away, the old man said, as he was happy he found another big spender. As Naruto then turned, hey, you're the one I'm going to be fighting the first round, am I right? Naruto said, as he looked at Narumi. Yeah, so I take it you were training pretty hard. As she blushed slightly seeing his muscles. He is definitely a heavy trainer, she said, as Ino was thinking differently. God damn, he's hot, she said. Why couldn't this guy be on my team instead of Shikamaru or Choji? As she was blushing heavily. Amy then came around the bowls, as Naruto smiled seeing her, as she handed the bowls to him. As Naruto looked at her, she was one of the people who actually treat him good in this hellhole of a place, she and the old man. As Amy blushed as she saw Naruto without a shirt. Time skip. It was now time for the finals, as Minato was giving a speech, as he was introducing the Kazekage and the Mizukage who came to see their own genins in our exams. Now Genma, will you please start the first match, Minato said, loud enough for everyone in the stadium to hear. Yes, Hokage, now will Narumi and Yato come into the arena? As the both of them made their way down there, as Narumi looked over at Yato, she just smirked, as Yato just walked over silently, as the both of them stand facing each other. The proctor asked them if they are ready, as the both of them nodded as he said begin and jumped away. It was then that everyone in the stadium started to shudder at the dark immense ki leaking from Naruto, as Narumi then took a step back. As Naruto then looked at her, Narumi, I have finally figured out that you were one of the ones who ruined my friend's childhood. Wait, your friend? What the hell are you talking about? Asked Narumi. I mean Naruto Uzumaki, your brother, the one you treated so horribly, till he had to escape his own family. Wait, you know him? Where is he? Tell me, Narumi yelled back. As he started to laugh. Yeah, I'm going to tell you so you can torture him again. Nah, I won't tell you. He's happy and away from this cursed place, and I won't ruin his life. As the 2 girls were up in the crowd, crap, Naruto is getting seriously mad, thought Mai as he looked over at Megamin. We told him that she wanted to rebuild a relationship with him, but it seems like it hasn't sinked in. Fine, said Narumi, if you won't tell me, then I'll beat the answers out of you. She dashed forward with 2 kunais as she rushed towards Yato, as he stood there perfectly calm, as he dodged her swipes and flicked back, as he then pulled out his swords. Time to have some fun, he said, as he dashed forward again, as she was surprised at his speed and his strength. Holy crap, she said, as he was coming in so vicious. But Narumi started to get pissed as she wanted to find Naruto, so she started to get vicious as well, as the both of them started to behave like wild animals as their swords and kunai started to cling against each other, creating sparks flying all over the arena. "How about we pick up the pace a bit?" Naruto said, as he did the hidden mist jutsu and disappeared into the mist. "Damn it, this is going to be a hard fight, even if I have Kurama's help," Narumi thought to herself. "Calm down, kid, we need you to be focused if we're going to win. Now, I will give you some of my chakra so we can overpower him and start to ask about Naruto." "I mean, I really want to know what he knows about Naruto," said Kurama, as she gave her chakra to Narumi. While Naruto was in the mist, he sensed the familiar chakra of Kurama. As he then saw Narumi, her features started to turn more animalistic. "Well, this make it harder and more interesting," Naruto said to himself, as he started to come up with a plan. Naruto then created a shadow clone as the shadow clone went off to do something. As the Kyuubi's chakra started to vaporize all the moisture around the area, as Naruto dropped the mist and created some clones. "This is the last chance you will get, Yato. Surrender and tell me where Naruto is before I have to beat you down," said Narumi, as her voice sounded dark and like a demon. As Naruto had his water clones attack her, but she was covered with the one tail of the Biju chakra, and they couldn't touch her as they would have been boiled and evaporated like nothing. "Damn it, I can't use any of the Rasengans because," as Naruto looked up, as he looked at Minato, "well, I guess I can keep her talking until my clone is finished." "So, tell me what you would do if you found Naruto," Naruto asked, hoping that she would talk for most of the time that he needed. "I would bring him back to his home and make sure he got the family that he never had," Narumi said. "What proof do you have that you won't just lie to me just to get to him?" Naruto asked. Back in the stands with the Konoha ninjas and Naruto's team, why is Narumi so interested in finding her brother? If a person from the mist knows him, then he's part allies with them or something, and he doesn't want to see her again. Shikamaru said to the entire group, "How would you feel if you lost one of your family members? And plus, when it comes to that, Narumi is really sensitive," said Ino. "Everything is such a drag," said Shikamaru. "The only thing that she wants is a chance," said Hinata, "a chance to get to know her brother again." Back in the arena, Narumi was looking at Yato. "Please just tell him that I want a chance to start over. I want to talk to him, please," said Narumi. It was then that the clone rushed up to him and handed him something, as it poofed away. "Enough talk," said Naruto as he dashed forward, as Narumi rushed forward as well, as she brought her claws up, as one of them slashed Naruto on the cheek a bit, cutting his mask, as Narumi's eyes went wide as Naruto slammed a tag on her head. "Demon suppressing seal," he said, as all of the chakra started to go back into her body. And before she knew it, his blade was pressed up against her neck. "You can't win. Give up," he said, as she looked around. "I said give up," as he added more pressure, as she felt her chakra inside of her body all messed up. She couldn't even weave hand sign to do her ability right now, as blood dripped from her neck because he was pressing his sword so tight. "I surrender," she said, as Yato was declared the winner of the match, as both of his girls celebrated as he entered up back to the stands, as the both of them gave him a kiss, as they started to talk to the others about random stuff. The next match was Shikamaru and Tamari, and it was same as the anime, as Kankuro was then called down to face off against Neji, but immediately Kankuro surrendered, as everyone was surprised by that. As the proctor then called Shino and Gaara for the final match, as Shino secretly sent his bugs on the ground, as Gaara fired his sand at Shino, who was dodging them, as Shino then threw some kunais with explosive tags on them, as they exploded, but Gaara's sand blocked them. Meanwhile in the stands, Kankuro was signaled by Baki, as Kankuro nodded as feathers started to fall from the sky, as Naruto quickly reacted to see what was happening, as he then saw a barrier on the academy's roof as Conqueror and Tamari jumped down into the arena. As Naruto quickly rushed over to the academy. "What's going on?" he asked Mei. "Naruto, it seems like Konoha is being invaded at the moment." "I will get you out of here," said Naruto. "No, go and seal away the one tail because I believe that is your prime objective in this battle, to use it to destroy Konoha. Remember, show them how strong the mist is." "Alright," said Naruto. As it was then that Gaara started to lose his crap for no reason as he dropped on the ground as he started to scream as Tamari and Conqueror had to jump away from him. "Mother wants out! Mother wants out!" he said as a pool of sand started to pool around him. "Damn it," said Narumi. "It's the One Tails." As Naruto then arrived, while Mei and Megamin were up with Mai as they could try and break the barrier seal. As Narumi then looked over to Naruto. Yato, we need the seal that you use on me," she said to Naruto. "No," Naruto said. "What? Why?" "We need to beat this guy," Ino said, annoyed. "Nah, it won't work," said Yato. "He's so far along. Just look." As they looked down there to see Gaara covered in sand already. "I just need all of that sand to be moved so I can get to the actual seal and fix it." "So how do we get the sand off?" Hiba asked. "Simple," said Naruto as he pulled out his sword. "We just beat him until he cannot get up back." "What? How the hell are we supposed to do that? We're Genin. That's a Biju monster. I mean, you're strong, Yato. But that's stronger," said Kiba. Naruto then took out a scroll. "And what is that?" asked Tenten. "This is what will stop him when you get rid of that sand around him." As Naruto then jumped down. "Hey, wait for us," Narumi said as they jumped down as well. But guys, we end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification so they posted. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. But for now, I'm out, guys. Peace.